In my last video redesigning these colorful equestrians, which, holy crap, by the way, thank you so much for all of the support on that one, I tackled Celestia and Luna, and a lot of you guys in the comments of that video suggested a certain purple princess, so this time around we will be taking on Celestia's star student, the element of magic, and the princess of friendship herself, Twilight Sparkle. We're no strangers to her here, I've posted about her before. Eons and eons ago. But I don't know, I feel like I've artistically improved since then a little bit, so welcome back, girl, it's good to have you. I won't waste any more of your time with an intro, so let's get right into it. I'm sure most of you know this, but My Little Pony has 9 seasons with 222 episodes. That's a lot. So you can imagine that throughout the series, these characters go through a lot of change, and this is especially true for Twilight. This series opens with her being, for lack of a better term, a shut-in, with little interest in fraternizing with her peers, and would much rather find the end of her muzzle in a book. That is, until Celestia sends her to Ponyville, and she ends up staying, yada yada yada. You know the drill. If you're watching this, you probably know how this cookie crumbles. All of that is to say, Unicorn Twilight has a distinct vibe to her, a vibe that I actually really like, so for her we won't be changing too much. I gave her some fur markings and made her tail a little bit longer. I like to think that the pony's tails are different, with fully developed alicorns having that distinct tuft of fur at the end of their tails, so for now, Twilight's is a regular unicorn tail. Additionally, I really like when people give her glasses, so I gave her some myself and added a chain to them. I really couldn't think of how to make the arms, is that what they're called? These things? I wear glasses. I don't know why this is difficult for me. I see. I gave her glasses a chain. That's the original point of the sentence. Amazing talking skills happening in this My Little Pony video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more cinema. And spoiler alert, but I knew I wanted to include yellow into her design, so the chain being gold is just my little subtle way of alluding to that. Overall, pretty simple. I think being simple works for the character design of My Little Pony, but regardless, here is Unicorn Twilight Sparkle. Okay, I'm gonna say something controversial, so you guys have to promise me that you aren't gonna, like, click off. I like Alicorn Twilight! No, wait, please come back! I know, she wasn't originally supposed to be an Alicorn. I know a lot of people think that magical mystery cure is cringe and bad, but that was my childhood. 9-year-old me was sitting in front of that TV with my socks thoroughly blown off. The cutie mark swaps, the tension, the drama. I thought this shit had more heat than the sun, and honestly, I think I was onto something. I was bouncing off the walls in excitement, and I'm sure that day went something along the lines of, Dad, Twilight Sparkle has wings now! Ah, that's nice, kiddo. How are your times tables going? The primary change, though, I made to Alicorn Twilight was a more saturated color palette than her original unicorn palette. I thought it'd be cool to make her more colorful as she becomes more magical. I mostly color picked her from my human Twilight design, which is in this video if you want to check it out, and started to shift her eye color towards pink instead of purple. I thought it'd make her more interesting, and since both Cadence and Twilight have purple eyes, I figured that one of them could afford to have pink eyes. Along with making her markings more prominent, I elongated the points of her cutie mark star like it's evolved with her into something greater than she used to be. Additionally, I think Twilight wouldn't need glasses anymore after being magically transformed into Celestia's little immortal prophet child, so to separate her from her unicorn form a little bit, I took away her glasses. As soon as they appeared, they vanished. Just like that. As adorable as I do think they are, I think becoming an immortal horse god would cure your vision. They've got you seeing so good you get a glimpse into your past. Maybe Celestia's career shouldn't have been in raising the sun, but in eye surgery. In another life, perhaps. And our final Twilight is our most drastic change because unlike the other two, I'm sorry, but I had to. I hate it. I hate this soulless purple Celestia, and I hate that it keeps trying to tell me that this is my precious Twilight Sparkle. You are a faker and a poser. This is one buy our toys ass bitch, and it needs to stay away from me. Sorry, but in all seriousness, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of this Twilight. I feel like they could have made her look more like a matured Alicorn without giving her sunbutt face syndrome, and looking at her honestly pisses me off just a little bit if I'm real with you. Making her get taller and taller as long as she's an Alicorn's sick. We'll keep that. She gets to keep that, but can she also get to keep her face? Because she's beautiful just the way she is. I'm so sorry, baby girl. And side tangent, I know I'm not redesigning him in this video, but Spike, oh my god, gross, ew, bye, get him away from me. I don't want to look at him anymore. Let's go back to talking about Twilight. Remember the yellow, yes, it's here, she has it. I think that she actually has the most solid of the Rainbow Power designs, so I kept the vibe of the yellow. I do really like it, and I adjusted it to her entire palette to something slightly warmer. I like seeing Twilight designs with yellows, so I tried to re-include that as much as possible since she lost that in our iteration when she got horsely sick. I do like the tragic exploration that I've seen of Twilight's character, that she will outlive her friends, and I know a lot of people already talk about it, but I'll say it again. Being immortal would suck, but being immortal against your will would go it sucks. It really sucks. And I think that's a really interesting exploration of Twilight's character. And I know it's like not technically canon. I know that they said that she won't outlive her friends because, this is a kid's show and you do gotta keep it light. But I do think that's really interesting because she's never know that was gonna happen to her when she became Celestia's student. But since this is kind of, I guess it's not implied, it's said that this is her destiny and like it was always supposed to be this way. I think it would be really interesting if she was actually immortal. And I know this might be fucked up to say in the interest of Miss Twilight Sparkle, but that's simply just not as interesting. Twilight as a tragic character is just so compelling, and I love seeing fan explorations of that future and fan art and whatnot. Nobody's stronger than fan artists. I love y'all. And here you go. Last but not least, our final Twilight Sparkle. Minor changes today. I just wanted to kind of get back into the swing of drawing horses. So let me know if you want me to do more of these in the future. If in the future you'd like to catch when I upload, it would mean a lot if you would stick around. And as always, please do tell me what you would like to see next, as I would love to know what you guys are interested in. And take care of yourselves, my spiderlings. I will return to you all very soon. See you next time!